Coming up in the Bahamas tonight, another murder recorded here in the capital, this time in the wealthy gated community at Old Fort Bay.
On the scene, the jury visits the site of a deadly day.
Weekend plans. A local bank looks to send some workers home for good. The Bahamas tonight, the National Report starts now.
Now in HD. ZNS Network presents The Bahamas Tonight. This portion of the news brought to you by BTC Every Day.
A murder in an exclusive Western New Providence neighborhood brought some unsolicited attention this morning. Good evening, everyone. I'm Charisma Robinson.
And I'm Chris Saunders. Thank you so much for joining us. The victim is a millionaire podiatrist, best known for his creation of an award-winning foot support product. Vaughn Aubrey was on the scene as family and employees were taken away for questioning.
An unusual sight here at Old Fort Bay, one of the wealthiest enclaves in the Bahamas. Scores of police, including the Deputy Commissioner Anthony Ferguson, were at the mansion of a multi-millionaire doctor found dead inside.
Officers responded to this area where they met a Caucasian male lying in the floor of one of the buildings on the property with stab wounds to the body. EMS also responded to the scene, believed the individual was involved in an altercation sometime during the night last night, and he was found this morning. He seemed to have been dead for at least 7 to 8 hours. He was discovered this morning by one of the wakers, so we're not certain at this stage how he came about his injuries.
Releasing few details, Chief Superintendent of Police Paul Rowe told reporters that the victim was 59 years old. Unconfirmed reports say he is Philip Vasili, an Australian podiatrist and the owner of 2 homes, as well as an office here at Old Fort Bay. Police spent more than 4 hours at the mansion in this security-conscious enclave. Asked if anyone was assisting police, Mr. Rowe said. So the wife is included in that questioning?
Yeah. Everybody who had something to do with the resident.
This latest murder is at least the 34th for 2015. On this, the 83rd day of the year. I am Vaughn Aubrey, ZNS Network News.
Jurors in the Kervin and Neely abetment murder trial visited the crime scene today to get a clearer understanding of the events that unfolded on that fateful day when 17-year-old Enrico Major was killed. Fern Carey tells us more.
Jurors in the Kervin Neely abetment to murder trial visited the crime scene near the Exie McPherson Junior High School Tuesday, where 17-year-old Enrico Major was brutally stabbed to death. During the visit, Major's best friend, Ken Johnson, pinpointed to jurors certain areas and buildings, as he did in his testimony before the court, recalling the final moments that led to Major's death. Johnson told the court that on Sunday, June 1st, he and Major were chased by 2 men in a brown Maxima following an earlier altercation. He said that the man in the passenger seat was a man he knew as Patrick, and he alleged that the driver of the vehicle was the defendant, Kervin Neely, whom he identified in the prisoner's dock. He told jurors that after being chased, Patrick and the accused came out of the vehicle and pursued them. However, Johnson said he hid while Major ran behind a barber shop. Seconds later, Johnson said he saw Patrick swing at Major, holding what looked like a box cutter in his hand. A police detective also testified that he photographed and documented the crime scene later that day and discovered a machete cutlass. Not just former prosecution witnesses are expected to testify. However, it is unclear at this time whether Kervin Neely will take the stand in his defense. Fern Carey, ZNS Network News.
Still from the court, a judge is expected to decide tomorrow whether or not accused armed robber Tyrone Knowles will be released on bail. Knowles is accused of robbing Deputy Prime Minister Philip Davis, his wife Anne Marie Davis, and Davis's driver Wilberforce Seymour back in December of 2013. During today's proceedings, Knowles' attorney, Richard Boodle, asked the court to grant him bail on the grounds that he had no previous convictions and has strong ties to the community. However, Crown Prosecutor Linda Evans opposed the bail application, noting that Knowles may bolt. Justice Vera Watkins will rule on that matter on Wednesday morning. Still at the courts, the woman who died in a vehicle with her 2 children at Montague Beach on Sunday night is now said to be Shamika McKinney. Police also released the identity of 2 homicide victims. The man stabbed to death at Arawak Key on Sunday has been identified as 21-year-old Ronald Florinol of Farrington Road. Also, the man shot and killed at Straughns Boulevard off Soldier Road on Friday has been identified as 28-year-old Jared Nathaniel Butterfield of Straughns Boulevard.
Over the past few weeks, a number of undocumented foreign nationals have been apprehended in our waters, putting a strain on services at the detention facility. In light of this, Immigration Director William Pratt gave an update on the repatriation exercises.
We're expecting to repatriate 145 Haitians to Haiti on Thursday, and 6 Cubans to Cuba on Friday. It will greatly reduce our population. As you know, we were under 100 since the new boat arrival that put us back up over 100 again. So taking out the 145 would reduce us to way under 100. The Cuban embassy is working with us also. So except if there are Cubans who cannot return to Cuba, and then it could pose a challenge, which means we have to now deal with United Nations to seek a third country, and that is what's happening with those persons in the prison.
On the radar, air traffic controllers say they want their money.
Startling statistics. Tonight we explore child abuse numbers for the country. You're watching The Bahamas Tonight, the National Report.
This portion of the news is brought to you by the new Shell & Letty, designed for extra miles.